Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your monthly energy reading for the element of water for March of 2026. Water covers the zodiac signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So if you are Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or have water high up in your chart, then this message is for you. If you've never had your charts read and are curious about them, there's a link in the description. It's not sponsored or anything like that, but it is for a natal chart, which gives you your base 12 houses with all the little signs and symbols, and then there's a 10 to 20 page description of what that actually means. So it's a interesting tool to add to your collection if you've ever been curious about it. So with that, we will get started with your I-ching. I cast the hexagram before we started the video, and water has number 13, and it is called Lovers, Beloved, Friends, Like-Minded Persons, and Universal Brotherhood. By the title, this sounds encouraging, but with I-ching, you never really know until you're into it. So let's see. Lovers or friends in the open success. It is advantageous to cross the great river or sea. The superior man will benefit if he does not slacken his righteous persistence. So really, this is talking about having a lot of friendly interactions, possibly more than friendly interactions, and you don't have to hide this, is what I'm getting here. So you can be out in the open. You can, like, if you happen to be in a relationship, this is a time where you can be more comfortable being out and about with that. Is advantageous to cross the great river or sea. So this is actually a good time to deal with any big situations. If you've been working towards a big project, this is kind of the final push to finish everything. And the superior man will benefit if he does not slacken his righteous persistence. Righteous persistence is your code of conduct, morals, your ethics. Staying true to that, don't slacken that. No matter what else is going on, don't walk away from that, because that is what's going to ensure success for you. So if we start breaking down our lines, our foundation line, our bottom line here is, the beloved is at the gate, no harm. And this could be the project is completion, is waiting for you to open the door and let completion happen. Or it could be that you have a new romantic relationship coming in. And it could be that person that they've always been around, they've just been kind of a friend, but something changes in the dynamic this month is what I'm hearing. So it could be interesting. Your second place line, his beloved or betrothed is of the same clan as himself, trouble. So you don't want to get someone who is too much the same as you, is what this is saying. Because back in the day, you didn't want to really date within your own tribe or your own little village. You wanted to try to find someone outside of that. There were reasons back in the day, because some of the villages family trees didn't branch that much. But in this one, it's really talking about, you just don't want someone who's so similar to you that it's almost annoying to have a duplicate. You know, you want to have someone who's different, where you can make that connection. And that's what they're saying here. And it's also talking about, you don't want to always take the easy path if you're working on a project, because that may take twice as long, whereas a little more of a challenge might open the door for you. So our third place line, concealing his weapons in the bush, he climbs his high hill. For 3 years, he enjoys no happiness. So if there's something that's a challenge, you don't want to go out guns a-blazing and make a big scene about it. You deal with your challenge. So you may have to be more quiet, more subdued, and that could be, like, if you're pursuing someone, you don't want to be too aggressive, but you need to be aggressive enough, and that's where he enjoys no happiness. Things may not go as smooth as you would like through the entire month of March, just saying, water. But it doesn't mean you're not going to end where you need to be. It just means don't get so addicted to the end game that you forget that there's a journey before that. So our fourth place line, he climbs his battlement wall, for he is unable to attack good fortune. So this is getting ready, preparing yourself, making sure everything's in line. When they would climb the battlement, they were basically getting ready for a fight. Didn't mean it was going to happen, it just means they were prepared. So you want to make sure you're prepared for what may be coming in, whether that's a relationship, a business opportunity, crossing that final line on the big project. You want to be prepared for that. He is unable, but says you're unable to attack, meaning you're not going to be doing a lot right now. You're just preparing for the final act of the situation. So our fifth place line, The lovers begin by weeping and wailing, but they finish by laughing, for the crowd succeeds in bringing them together. You may go through a period, just like lines 2, 3, and 4 talk about. There may be a challenge, there may be some things that may not go exactly as you had planned, your 5-year picture, that perfect Disney wedding or whatever you want to call it. Things may not go exactly the way you planned, but that doesn't mean it won't turn out. Just like I said at the beginning of this, with I-ching, you never really know what's going to happen. But with this one, it's saying, but they finish by laughing, for the crowd succeeds in bringing him together. Outside help is going to solidify the situation. Whether it's finishing that big project, opening that business, meeting the right person, you're going to have outside energy that's coming in to support you. And this could be your inner circle, those 3 to 5 people who you've known forever, or it could be just some friends friends/acquaintances that help push things along. And in this, I'm not sure why they want to say this. It doesn't mean you're asking for help. These people are stepping up without being asked because they see that there's a need and they want to help fulfill it. So you don't have to worry about asking for it. Things are just going to kind of go with the flow for water this month, which is perfect. Our capstone here, top line. Her beloved is in the distant frontier regions, no regret. Even if there is a period of separation, whether it's you have to take some time off to work on the project, you get exhausted and need a minute, whatever it is, the separation is not going to stop forward progress. The separation is really just going to remind you of what's important. Absence makes the heart grows fonder, as long as it's not too far. And that's kind of the energy that's coming in here. So March for water from the I-ching's perspective, a little bit of a challenge going on there, but you're going to end up in a really awesome place. Things are going to work out really well for you. So that is a huge blessing, considering, Pisces is going on in March. So this is a water elemental energy. So water, take the time to really enjoy what's going on here, because there's some movement happening in the best way possible for you. So before we hop into the cards, I just want to say, like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here. If this is the kind of entertainment or videos you enjoy, please hit the like and the comment, or like and subscribe. Comment if you see something different with the cards. I read intuitively, so I'll read, if there's words on the cards, I'll read those. But I then follow what my intuition brings forward. So if you see something different in the cards, feel free to comment down below and let me know what your thoughts, feelings, and impressions are. And if you're not comfortable with that, that's fine too. But with that, we will get started. I read week by week for the month. There's 4.5 weeks in March, so we'll do 4 solid weeks and then a bonus half week. We look at a guide or guardian, a message from source, and then a little more clarification from the tarot. So with that, we will get going. And your first week's guide or guardian is courage and bravery. And this is like a really good way to start off the month, because you have things going well. There's this final push. There could be a new relationship coming in, but you're starting off the month saying, you know what, I can handle anything life throws at me, and I'm willing to step forward in this energy. I'm willing to step forward in this light. So the angels of courage and bravery are coming in to support you and help you clear the path of things that really aren't working, or give you the strength to go through the things that you need to process. Your message from source is dreams. Believe in your dreams. And this is really a supporting energy, because when we run into challenges when we're chasing our dreams, it makes you feel like, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Follow your intuition, your inner guidance, pray about it. Normally, you're running into challenges because you're having to release something from the past, and that is not the easiest thing to do. But when we really tap into our dreams, when we pay attention to the inner knowing that Source has granted us, suddenly we can see the path, or we see the reason for it. Doesn't mean it's easy, doesn't mean you have to like it, but we see the reason for it, and that moves things into that higher state. So your message from the tarot is a water energy. It's the 3 of chalices. There's an energy coming in of kind of la-di-da, like you're not really too super worried about it this first week. And the 3 of chalices are saying, work within the group of friends that you have. Make your connections, work coworkers, things like that. You want to be in an aligned state, but you don't want to be so aggressively focused. This is the only way to do it. go with the flow. Like the Three of Chalices here, the Three of Cups is really saying, rely on friends, be more social, but you don't have to rush into stuff. There's also an energy of don't fall into the trap of, well, if I have to go with the flow, I just don't do anything. That's not the case. You still have your side to do, but it means that you're not going to have to struggle as much. You're still going to have some things you have to do, or water. That's just life, unfortunately. But it's not going to be just, hop in the raft and let the current take you. You still have to steer the thing. So let's hop into our second week. And your guide or guardian is the angels of self-acceptance. These angels are coming in because when we're chasing our dreams and we run into some uphill battles, we run into some roadblocks, and we have to rearrange stuff, it can make you not believe in who you are. You might start to doubt, am I doing the right thing? Am I really chasing my own dream? Is this someone else's? What's going on here? And what this group of angels is saying, accept who you are in this moment, look to how you can improve, but don't reject any of what you're doing. You're in a position to grow and change, and that means you have to take the core values, the core of who you are, and move forward. And when we can accept that aspect of self, when we can accept that, yeah, I may not be the funniest or the fastest or the prettiest or whateverist, when you can accept where you're at and be like, but you know what, I'm better than what I used to be. I'm still improving, so this is how I feel in the moment, and I can get better from here. That is accepting where you're at. It's not an ego thing of saying, I'm so much better. It's saying, you know what, we're good. I can keep improving. I'm not in where I was. What can I do today to improve? And you're accepting yourself, and you're offering yourself the gift of shifting and growth, and that's what the angels are bringing in for the second week. Your message from Source is cheer up with live in the moment. When we have those roadblocks, when we run into those walls, when we have those uphill battles, it can be frustrating, water. And I'm not here to tell you that, just because there's a bump in the road, you're still going to just climb the mountain with a big smile on your face. No, you're not. Like, you're going to go through these points where it's frustration, it's annoyance, it's whatever term you want to fill in there. But the cheer up is saying it's okay. If you have those days, that's fine. Remember to live in the moment. Do something that regrounds you into your physical body. That's why I'm a huge advocate for taking your shoes off when you get home, running around barefoot, go outside, put your feet in the dirt. Do the things that help you anchor back into your body. Eat healthy, good, grounding food. Touch things, different textures. Experience more. Turn off electronics and just kind of experience life in the moment. And all of a sudden, you're going to find a new level of peace, or at least some understanding as to what's going on. So let's take a peek here at our tarot. And this deck's usually pretty talkative, so if I get a little frustrated with it, it's because it's not talking to me. We have number 10, the Wheel. This is a cycle. Water. This is not something that you're going to finish and be done. There's a cycle of releasing and growth that's going on here. And it's not a circle this direction, it's a spiral. So each time you make a circle, you're clearing out the old, you're stepping into a higher timeline, but you still have certain patterns that you have to cycle through until, big until here, you learn the lesson. When you learn the lesson, the pattern breaks and you no longer have to repeat it. So if you feel like, I've already done this before, it's because you probably have. Water, that's one thing with water, is they tend to have a similar pattern structure for a significant period of time. But once you figure out what the pattern is and learn the lesson from it, the pattern breaks and you're free to move forward. So this is what's coming in this second week, is accept who you are and where you're at. Doesn't mean you have to stop moving, just means you understand things now. Cheering up is finding reasons to live in the moment, stay grounded in the now, and allow yourself to really appreciate each day and understand there's a cycle at play here. And the biggest way to deal with a cycle is to figure out what the lesson is so you can break the pattern. Your third week is the angels of honesty and communication. I'm feeling it really drawn to saying this is an air energy and a water energy, which it would be Raphael and Gabriel if you're looking at the angels. So you're looking at this energy of being truthful, clearing away illusions in this third week. So if there's this energy that you've put in place where, I can't find anybody because they're just not up to my standards. Are they up to your standards, or are you just not looking? I mean, really. Or if it's, I can't do this business because everyone else has already done this niche. Okay, but has anyone done it your way? Just because you learned a certain way, you put your own spin on it, does that mean that you can't do the same thing? If that was the case, there wouldn't be any more house painters. If that was the case, there wouldn't be any more carpenters. We all learn pretty much the same thing. It's how we interpret it and use it that makes it so much more powerful. So the angels of honesty and communication are saying, be real with yourself, be open to how you show up in the world, because communication is not just verbal. It's body language, it's facial expressions, it's the energies of your arts. If you're doing art, you communicate through that. But the big one here is, don't try to lie to make something better. Be honest with who you are, what you are doing. You don't have to tell them everything. There's this honesty by omission, where you tell them, this is what you need to know type of a thing. Just like your parents, they probably did that to you at times. It's just how it works. But that's what they're wanting you to understand, is being honest and open and allowing yourself to communicate from a point of reality and truth is the healthiest way to go forward. Your message from Source is, the opportunity knocks with go for it. And this is one of my favorite paintings by Josephine, because I think it's called Bubble World. But when opportunity knocks, it's saying this is the time to take steps. When it says go for it, you're really looking around, and this is where, when you're honest and you're open to communication, when you step forward and you say, you know what, I'm going to be real with myself, I'm going to do the right thing, the universe is going to start showing you doors. You follow your intuition, you step through the correct door, you move through the right path, and this is where you get to claim those opportunities. The I-ching talks about there was some struggles along the way, there's some things going on, but the community comes together to make things happen. And this is what's coming up here. Sorry, I heard noise. The community, the world around you, are coming together to conspire to help you create your reality, to create and fulfill your dreams. So this third week is basically the completion of what you started in the first, is what I'm hearing. Where you're focusing on your dreams, you're getting that knowledge, and then the opportunity that's knocking is showing you which is the right path for this particular dream that you're working on. So definitely take a peek at your dreams. Pay attention to the people who are coming in to support you, even if you didn't expect them to. They're still coming in to support you because they have faith in your dream. Your message from the tarot is the Five of Wands, Five of Fire. So this is contrary in energy to water, which makes sense with the energy that comes with the card. This is don't let things get you down. The Five of Wands is actually kind of an energy of loss, an energy of regret. Your passions got water poured on them, so you just aren't there anymore. And what I'm hearing with this card is fire or water. You have so many opportunities. Don't get beat down because something didn't go exactly like your 5-year plan. It rarely does. Life is what happens while we make plans, and that's what's coming up here. Is don't let things, if they happen to go a different way, don't let that get you down. Don't let that turn you against your soul. Don't let that turn you against your dreams. Your dreams are part of who you are. So when you are going and driving towards these missions, if something doesn't go right, that doesn't mean you failed. It just means there's a redirection coming in. And Source is really good at redirecting us to the better option when we have, well, no, I'm going to go this direction, and they're like, dude, you're missing the gigantic chasm right there. It's going to tip you over the edge. Go over here, there's a bridge. And that's where you can get a little defeated, like, but I wanted to do it myself. Source isn't saying you can't do it yourself, just don't fall off the cliff in the process. So your 4th week's guide or guardian is healing energy. Again, with that energy of air and Raphael coming up here. This healing energy is when you're honest and you're really true to yourself. Sometimes things pop up. Sometimes you have to sort through some shadow energy. And when you do that, you cut cords, you release trauma, and then you have to heal from it. Like, it's easy to talk about cutting cords and releasing trauma and doing all that. But what happens after that? The healing. Because you're taking out the problem, but now you have a void. You have to refill it. And that's where this healing energy comes in, is when you're going through the struggles, you have to climb the mountains, you have to work through the miasma to get to where you're going. It's part of the journey, and when you come out on the other side, what are you going to do? You're going to refresh yourself. If you're going through a swamp, when you come out on the other side, what's the first thing you want to do? Change your clothes and take a shower. If you've climbed the top of a mountain, you're all sweaty and gross, what's the first thing you want to do? Clean up. You're healing because when you get through a situation, it's time to clean up. And that's this energy is by the 4th week, you will have, from what I'm seeing anyway, you will have gotten through the worst of the struggle, and it's time to start cleaning things up. It's time to freshen yourself, because that's when you're coming into the celebration period is what I'm hearing. Let's see what the cards have to say, but that's the energy that's coming up here. And there we go. For your message from Source, we have competition, summon the courage and self-confidence. Didn't we have courage and self-confidence in the first one? Courage and bravery. Still working with that energy. So when you come to that healing point, this is where we have to sometimes realize what's been going on. Competition is steel sharpening steel. In other words, the competition, the things that have been going on, it's time to understand why that had to happen. It was to strengthen you. It was to prepare you. It was to tighten your resolve so that you can move forward. This month is not a weak month, Water. This month is about understanding there's a pattern and a cycle to life. With the competition, it's also tying back into that first week where courage and bravery, this one's courage and self-confidence, is what you have earned from what you've dealt with this month. The competition, the pushing against, growing from, those things helped you develop into a stronger version of yourself. And what I'm seeing here is this is a great time for you to do the final push. Pop the question, meet that person, go out on the first date, officially open the doors to your business, finally send that letter requesting the promotion, whatever it is. This is the time when you take the action that you have built the momentum behind. So our message from Source is the 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Earth, and this one is saying don't be naive. That's the first thing that comes to mind with this energy is don't be naive. Things may not look great. That's fine, but that doesn't mean you give up. It just means that there's an illusion in the way. Pentacles are very grounded. This is finance, this is hearth, this is home, which is pretty much how this reading is going, is like either a business or relationship. So the 2 of Pentacles is saying you're not alone. There's 2 of you, and you don't have to worry about this stuff. So don't be naive and think, well, because I had to go through this, it's not going to work out correctly. Yes, it will, but you have to stay true to the core values. That righteous persistence on the path is what is going to lead you to success. The competition with steel sharpening steel. You have to have someone helping challenge you to build up this bravery, courage, the self-confidence, and the self-acceptance where you can actually take those steps and move into this next step of life, because the universe is saying, Water, it's time to, well, I won't repeat what my grandpa used to say, but it's basically take action, quit sitting down. Because there's another term he would use, but this is not going to be, well, I won't say it on this channel. But if you know people from the older generation who are 75 to 100, they've said the term themselves. Your 5th week, which is kind of our bonus week here, is listen deeply. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to your dreams, that still small voice, your holy angels that are with you. Also pay attention to when people are giving you advice. What are they saying with words, and what are they saying in body? And sometimes you can pick up telepathic responses as well, so pay attention to. When someone's telling you something about what's going on this month, pay attention. Don't just say, oh, I know, because you're not paying attention at that point. Listen to what they have to say. They may, by repetition, say something out loud that you've needed to hear. You might say it to yourself all the time, but it becomes background noise because you constantly repeat it. But hearing it from someone else may trigger that, oh yeah, response, that aha moment, the little epiphanies that pop up. Because in my personal experience, sometimes the epiphanies literally come from someone else saying it outside of your head. And all of a sudden it dawns on you, oh wait, that's what that means. Even though you've been repeating the same mantra, the same phrase, the same whatever, when someone else says it outside of your head, all of a sudden there's something that connects with it and you click into the reality. Oh, that's what that means. I don't know why our brains work like that, because it's frustrating, but that's part of this listening deeply part, is being aware of what other people are saying, not just in word, in face, in body. What are they saying without speaking? So there's a lot more to communication than that. Your message from Source is the unicorn. Invite serendipity. Invite those wonderful miracles, the mystery of life. The unknown is the fascination. Water, you love the mysteries. You're ruled by planets like Neptune and Jupiter, so you're really in this energy of the unknown anyway. So allow that to play out. Toss your intentions, your goals, your dreams to the universe, and then let the universe guide you. You don't have to make every detailed step for every single thing that's supposed to happen to get there. Put it out there and then ride the wave. See where the universe takes you. This energy that's coming in this month is you've been building. You've been working towards, there's a growth that you have been piling up. You've had some ups and downs, especially in the last year. But this month is about time to claim what you have put out. Time to accept what you have set forth. And when you are ready to do that, the universe is going to conspire in your favor. And just like the unicorn that magically shows up at the appropriate time, things are going to line up, and they're going to line up in the most miraculous, interesting way possible. So let's take a peek at our tarot here. This deck is being a little interesting today because it keeps giving me 5 cards. And I'm like, I don't want 5, I want 1. There we go. 5 cards is just a lot for one reading. Your message from the tarot is the 3 of Pentacles. Again, they're saying don't get distracted and don't be upset by being let down. You're having success. I mean, you're going to fly higher than you thought you could. So just because it's not going the way you anticipated doesn't mean it's not going to happen correctly. And the other energy that's coming up here is there's this energy of your passion. Your passion is something that you have put your energy towards. You put your mind into it, you put your soul into it. You really want to have this stuff happen. And the 3 of Pentacles is saying it's going to happen if it's not already happened by the end of the month. But it's not going to happen in the way you originally thought. And that's actually a good thing. And so this energy that's coming in, it's a little autumn energy. So it's the preparation for the harvest. It's the preparation for success, because you've already done all the pre-work to lead you to this final push, crossing the great sea or ocean. It's because you have to go through this last few steps to anchor this energy into your reality. And that's where that unicorn serendipity, when you just keep your eyes on the prize and go where spirit leads you, it makes things go a little bit easier, but you're preparing for the final push if you didn't already get it this month. And now it's time to just see how the universe conspires in your favor. So with that, I hope you guys have a great month of March. From the cards, it looks like you're going to. There's a little hiccup there in the middle of the month, but nothing you can't handle, because you have your guides, you have the angels, and you have God's source working with you to help you deal with any situation. And by the end of the month, things are looking pretty good. So with that, I will let you go. Have a great month of March, and I'll see you in the next video.